right, welcome back, everyone, to another on-campus feature here at Chaminade. I'm Rob Grumich. Today joining me is Matt Daly and Mike Fitzgerald from our Campus Ministry department. We're going to talk a little bit about campus ministry and what it adds to the Chaminade school experience. So, Matt, I'm going to start with you. Just tell us a little bit about, in general, what campus ministry does, if it's a viewer who doesn't know a whole lot about it, and what it adds to the school.
Well, sure. I mean, I kind of figure the campus ministry is why the school exists. The school exists for Jesus. The school exists to bring people into heaven. And we do a great job through the theology department teaching the deposit of faith as outlined by the bishops, everything that a good Catholic man needs to know. And then the campus ministry gives people the opportunity to practice that. So through prayer, through retreat work, through service work, the charity that we do as well, through the service, it gives us the opportunity to practice the faith, which is important for any young man to have as he grows into an adult, to have that knowledge of how to do the faith.
Makes sense. So, Mike, one of the things that Matt mentioned there, the retreat program, which you're in charge of, can you tell us, give us just a little overview of the retreat program, what kinds of retreats, who goes on retreats, and again, the mission of those?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Every student goes on a retreat every year. That's part of the administration's work for graduation. It's a graduation requirement, and it's a required part of your rest of your journey, and I think it's a very beneficial one. Like Matt was saying, we also give a wonderful experiential side to what they learn in theology class. So having the opportunity to pray in different ways, learn how to live out your faith in different ways is a wonderful experience. And just teaching the guys how to experience Christ in their everyday lives is the goal of the retreat program. It varies depending on year, what we try and get across to the guys based on where they're at, in their Chaminade careers and what they're dealing with in life.
Great. Matt, one of the programs that I always find interesting, and maybe as many people don't know about, is the Religious Commissioner Program, and another way to sort of live your faith. And can you talk a little bit about that and how students get selected for that and what that looks like?
Yeah, the Religious Commissioner Program, helping lead that is maybe the favorite part of my job, because in the campus ministry, we're really focused on student leadership, right? So we want them to grow and to become great Catholic men. So the Religious Commissioner Program allows them to have a faith leadership role around the school. They'll do witness talks for their houses. They'll help lead the retreats that we do, have the opportunity to lead service projects and charity projects, the opportunity to minister in the masses, do the call to worship for the mass, and also, like a good Catholic leader will be in his parish, to solicit volunteers to do those ministries as well. So they solicit volunteers, they do the leadership, they do the work. So the Religious Commissioner, my objective for that program is that the young men who are religious commissioners will feel comfortable to be good faith leaders in whatever community they participate in as adults, be that as a priest, be that as a lay married man, be that as a lay single man, so that they can go and be good faith leaders one day.
Great, and those are juniors here, right?
They're juniors, and the juniors volunteer to do it, and we always have a good crop of them every year, plenty to go around. Awesome. Usually every house is represented each semester, so that's a cool part of it.
Cool. And Mike, you're an alum of Chaminade, so what's it like for you, being an alum and now coming back on campus here and working in the retreat program, specifically with the next generation of Chaminade students? How does that add to your experience?
So much. It's wonderful. This was always home to me. A lot of it was from going through the retreat program myself. It really taught me how to be a good man and a faithful man. And I think that's what I enjoy most, is getting to work with those retreat leaders that Matt mentioned and really delving in and getting to know them on a whole different level than I would if I was a classroom teacher. I really get to hear what their struggles and joys and how their lives are going with as I teach them how to share that in a faithful lens with their classmates.
Sounds good. Last question for you, Matt. One of the things you mentioned again was service, and that's obviously a big portion of what we do here at Chaminade. Specifically, timely, we have coming up the Sharing and Caring Drive. Yeah. Can you just talk a little bit about service in general and specifically the Sharing and Caring Drive and how students and their families can get involved in that?
Mm-hmm. So the Sharing and Caring Drive is a partnership with the house system and the campus ministry, where each mentor group selects a particular cause that they're going to raise donations, charity for, throughout the month of November and December, and then give those donations to their causes before Christmas time. So they might adopt a family. They might choose to raise money for the Men of Father Dempsey's, one of our great partnering service agencies. Any number of charitable causes that they decide as a group to donate to. And it's really the partnering service agencies that help make that program strong too, because we have groups like Father Dempsey's and Task, where we go again and again to do our service, so that our guys, we know they're going to have a good experience of service when they go to these agencies that work with us so often. So the Sharing and Caring allows us to support those agencies, and it allows them kind of in a different setting too. In the mentor group, where they play games and they build relationships, we bring that faith and charitable aspect into the mentor group through the Sharing and Caring.
Well, wonderful. Well, thanks again for all that you guys do and all the folks in Campus Ministry do to support our school and our students specifically. And there's lots of ways students to get involved in Campus Ministry. We hope you certainly are, and even families and parents as well too. So thanks again for joining us for this on-campus feature from Chaminade.